Texans, Browns, Brew. We know you love Kansas. Desmond King treats Flacco like a piece of cardboard. Back-to-back pick sixes for Flacco. Texans throw wonderful.
Dance and fight.
Packers, Cowboys. I wrote this as a joke, and then you told me it was true. Luke Musgrave sets the record for openness, and you said it was actually
no.
true.
Next Gen Stats says the most open any receiver's been on a pass all year.
Play.
Yeah.
What's it called, Coach?
Called the O screen. By the time you realize
We're
that
early in Pistons Rockets. This is a great play. Pistons coaches don't love it. I know people try to root for the Pistons, like, oh, they should win. And then you see stuff like this. That's why they lost the game by 2 to Şengün, so that does cost you.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it's a bad play. Weird in Kansas City. Mahomes plays with a broken helmet, refused to come out of the game. Then he got that new helmet, didn't like it, said it was frozen. Kansas City rolls.
But that's why the Chiefs are in trouble, because they didn't score there when Mahomes is damn safety risk. Y'all are out.
Wonderful. Bucks down 2 to the Kings. Time winding down in OT. Dame time. Bucks win. 2.5 games behind the Celtics for first, and that's a weird and wonderful from the national pastime. C.J. Stroud has arrived emphatically. Throws 3 touchdowns for the Texans, and Flacco adds 2 of his own as Houston rolls the Browns. Here's C.J. postgame.
I think everybody counting us out. And at the end of the day, like I told y'all before, like, people can talk. That's all they can do. You know, they can just talk and watch. We're the ones out there to play. We're the ones making plays, and it's cool just to see, you know, just like we at Ohio State we used to call it Woody versus the world. Like here I think we should call it like NRG versus the world, you know, or Houston versus the world.
Okay, put this performance into perspective.
Well, listen, I think he cemented the best rookie quarterback season ever. And Coach, whenever I say anything ever, you do that face. But as far as, I'm not projecting anything forward. I'm saying as far as best rookie quarterback season ever. All the records were held by Herbert. He, on a per-game basis, broke some of those, and they obviously made the playoffs. Herbert didn't. RG3 had a great rookie year. It's kind of marred by the playoff game. Andrew Luck had a good rookie year. Cam did. Russell Wilson had an underrated rookie year. He was better than all of them, and now this playoff game cemented. And if I may just quickly, listen, I used to live in Houston. I used to cover this team. I'm really happy for the people of Houston because they were a punchline. The team was run for a few years by a poor man's Joel Osteen. They had one-and-done coach, and now they made a move this offseason that I criticized. I'm like, you traded your future first to get Will Anderson? Like, well, you couldn't even trade the Browns first instead because your first is going to be amazing. Now their first is actually the worst pick of the two because they beat them. They've got a great coach in D'Amico. I believe a future star, in fact, already star quarterback who just had the best rookie season we've ever seen. So that's what I saw this weekend against the league's statistically best defense.
Yeah, look, I really liked what he's done, and I was skeptical of him coming in. Ohio State quarterbacks haven't been very good in pro football. He's taken an organization that struggled and brought him to where he's brought him to. I think all those things are amazing. I would argue Ben Roethlisberger's rookie season.
How did that end, Coach?
It ended in the AFC Championship against us, but it would end if these guys.
That's fine, but how did he do in that game?
He was 13-0 that year, 13-0, got the team to the AFC Championship game. So
yes,
if
and how did he play in the AFC Championship game, Coach?
He was playing us.
And what did he do? Just tell everyone what he did.
He got smoked.
He threw 3 picks and got smoked. This kid was amazing.
Well, this is the AFC Championship game, and he's not playing the Patriots.
But and the Texans are not the Steelers. Go ahead.
I would go with CJ. I agree with Nick, Coach. Dan Marino threw 20 touchdowns in 9 games as a rookie, but they got beat in the playoffs, and he threw 2 interceptions in that game. But here's the other thing about CJ. He did it. Now, Nico Collins has emerged, but Nico Collins hadn't done much before CJ. Tank Dell looks like he could be good, and he's hurt now. The offensive line was kind of guys in and out with injuries. Like, he doesn't have a 1,000-yard rusher, even though Singletary's good, but, you know, he doesn't have a 1,000-yard rusher. So he did it with he literally went to a bad franchise and made players better. Even Joe Burrow, who was in his second year when he took him to the Super Bowl, he had Jamar Chase and some top-notch talent at the skill positions. This guy didn't.
He's scary, man. The Chiefs might play him next. He's scary.
No, they're scary now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's scary.
Also got me back on upset alert.
Oh, yeah.
The reluctant upset
You didn't
alert.
believe.
The most
Icicles on his mustache, and the Chiefs froze out the Dolphins in Kansas City. 262 yards for Mahomes through the air. Had another 40 on the ground. Nick, what is the number one reason our Chiefs Brought home the dub.
Is that a serious question?
Yes. Coach Mangini's here.
Hi, Coach. I mean, listen, because they're the damn Chiefs and it's January, and everyone is chill. Chill. Listen, and oddly, through much criticism and critique, what the whole world saw was, oh wait, they built a team perfect for playoff football in the AFC. Cold weather, need to be able to grind out victories. And I know what everyone's going to say. Oh, the Dolphins were all injured. Yeah, on defense, but not on offense.
I agree.
On offense, that was the full-strength Miami Dolphins. And aside from one bad pass that turned into a 50-yard touchdown, they got shut down throughout. Oh, it was too cold. Well, what's it going to be like next week in Buffalo or Kansas City? Or the week after in Baltimore or Kansas City? It's going to be cold. And the Chiefs, Coach, and this is where you should love them. They accepted who they were late in the year. They are a ball control. Cut out the mistakes, kill you with defense, take the points, and expect our super-duper star quarterback to make a couple amazing plays, and then they're hard to beat. Since that Cincinnati game, they've had 17 drives that mattered, not counting kneel downs end of game. They have scored 13. On 13 of those drives, they've had 3 punts and 1 turnover. And I know, all in honor of Eminem being at the Lions game, I'll 8-mile this. I know what everyone's going to say. Well, what about the red zone, Nick? The red zone. The red zone where they would have scored 4 red zone touchdowns instead of 2 if not for an egregious block in the back penalty and Patrick Mahomes' helmet being cracked in half, so he has to essentially miss a play. The answer is they were never, you know, if I may say, there was never a doubt. And I'm going to be a little understated here.
I agree with that.
I'm going to be a little understated because it's just the wild card round. Like, I don't know, the franchises that make a big deal about the wild card round, I don't, maybe once upon a time, but not in this lifetime for me. So no, I mean, listen. Nobody wants to play them. Lions. And so they won. The biggest reason they won is because it's the Chiefs in January. So unless you have Tom Brady, you're basically have a 1 in 15 chance of beating them, and a 0% chance of beating them in regulation.
That's what you like it.
Go ahead. That's what happens.
Go ahead,
what I like.
Who wants to play the Chiefs? Nobody.
I do love how they're playing on defense.
Thank you.
1 for 12 on 3rd down. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
The pressure, the variation of the pressure,
Spags.
the fact that they're willing to run the ball.
Run the ball. There it is.
Physically run the ball. Control the time of possession.
Yeah.
34 minutes. I think that's all fantastic. I think the fact that they were able to perform in cold weather. Love the idea that they're actually getting some wide receivers involved in the offense. That's positive too.
Rasheed, sorry.
Yep, that's positive too. They've got superstars at the game and Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I would just like their other superstar to play like a superstar on a more consistent basis. Patrick Mahomes. I think
give me a break.
When you are in your mind the greatest quarterback of all time, which we know it is not true. We know who the greatest quarterback of all time is. You